Greetings, Missouri Mid-South Conference. I bring you greetings from my home office in Houston, where I am for a few days. In this e-courier, you will see a couple of new items that I want to celebrate because they reflect your generosity in many different ways. First of all, you are going to see just below our staff information a new map of all of our churches with a legend that has all of our churches, the addresses, and then the number that coincides with where geographically those churches are. If you can't read it, which I completely understand because the print is very small, you can click onto the map and it'll take you to a link, and then you can enlarge it from there. And so I invite you to download this and to look at it. And also I invite your churches to perhaps take a church a week and pray for that church. Maybe look at where is a church located that is completely far away from where you are, maybe in size or geography or state, and be intentional and pray for them. Maybe look on their website to learn more about the United Church of Christ expressed in that local church, because this is the way that we hold each other in covenant and in love and in prayerful support. I am very excited about this. After 4 years, I'm still trying to remember now, where is this small community? Where is this church in relation to, I can't tell you how often I have to remember in the Eastern Association where Owensville is, and Augusta in relation to Washington and Chamois. And so this is a wonderful way of not only continuing to get to know the geography, the wonderful geography of our churches, and the presence of some of our churches that are by themselves, like United Church in New Cambria, and our church in what was Little Rock and now is Conway, and in other places. So this map is because of your Strengthen the Church offering that you contribute to, which I want to give a little bit of a plug to, because of all of our 5 UCC offerings, the offering that is the least given to is Strengthen the Church, which in some ways is very ironic to me. I'm not quite sure I get why that's the one that churches give the least amount to, because that's the offering that most benefits and comes back to the local church, except for our church's wider mission. With Strengthen the Church, half of that offering remains in the conference, so that the conference, we can indeed strengthen your local churches in different ways. And from my perspective, a map like this helps us to strengthen your local church so that you know and can be in covenant with the churches in your area and association and in our conference. So I encourage us for 2020 to consider increasing, or maybe even giving. Some of our churches that give to 4 offerings, often they don't give to Strengthen the Church. So I hope that your church will consider giving to Strengthen the Church, and that offering is taken on Pentecost Sunday, which is, I think, May 31st this year. The second piece of financial generosity that I want to thank you for is your 2019 contribution to our church's wider mission. Below here in the e-courier, you'll see 2 groupings of the top 10. First is the top 10 churches of their giving, and the second is the top 10 per capita, meaning per member, what are the churches that give the most per member. And so I want to celebrate our churches that make it not only a point, but are committed to ensuring that our church's wider mission continues to be strong. I especially want to say for 2020, this is a very significant year for us in our giving of our church's wider mission. First, because we will have a full-time called associate conference minister starting hopefully July 1st. Woohoo! And so with that, requires additional funds in terms of the cost for moving expenses for this associate conference minister, as well as travel cost and some pieces like that. We also have General Synod that's coming up in 2021, and we want to make sure that we have the financial resources in order to have our responsibility in co-hosting General Synod in 2021. And so our church's wider mission offering is very important from that perspective. I also want to just share a couple of things that your contribution to OCWM has provided. First of all, we received about $607,000 of our church's wider mission. If you remember, 20% of that goes directly to the National United Church of Christ office. And then a percentage then goes to Camp Moval and Shenandoah Outdoor Ministries and our covenant and commitment to both of our outdoor ministries. Also, I want to say that your contribution to OCWM enables retreats specifically for our youth, the conference youth event, the middle school youth event, but also a youth event that we've been doing, or a young adult retreat that we've been doing, is for those who have been youth and now are in college. And we want to maintain and strengthen those relationships, especially as our young people are in college in different places and their spiritual formation in this time. It is because of your generosity that we are able to offer that in this time. I also want to say that it is because of your generosity that we have been able to provide the book study, White Fragility, during Epiphany, which we've had about 20 people sharing. Because of your generosity, your financial generosity enables me, the staff person, to lead that book study, but also enables us to have Zoom video, which connects all of us together, and to have breakout rooms from that perspective. It is because of your generosity that we have a minister's emergency fund, which I don't talk about very often, but I use it in emergency moments where ministers are in need or in crisis moment. And this is one way for us to show, as the Missouri Mid-South Conference, that our ministers are not alone, but that we are with them in love and support and prayer in this time of crisis. There are many ways that I want to say thank you, but the one that is most important is simply to say the words. So for each of our local churches in Arkansas, Memphis, and Missouri, thank you. Thank you for your financial generosity, which reflects your commitment and your covenant to your association, to the Missouri Mid-South Conference, and to the United Church of Christ. We are building a just world for all, and it is my honor to be in ministry with you. Thank you. Have a wonderful week.